Advocates Direct. We're here in Corona, California at our lovely showroom at Southern California Patios. We want to take a moment to kind of teach you how to measure some of the biggest questions that kind of come up. Where do I push my post? How much shade do I actually want? So let's actually take a moment to kind of step into this and teach you how to measure. So the first number that we're looking for is what we call projection, or total shade coverage. Okay, it does not matter if it's a solid cover or a lattice cover or one of our insulated covers. We're looking for projection, total shade coverage. Okay, so what you'll do is, it doesn't matter if you're attaching to the wall or to the fascia of the house, wherever that starts, you're going to grab your tape measure and you're going to come outward from that attachment point. So we're going to say that the edge of this concrete is 10 foot, okay? That's the actual shade going upward. What you want to do is, okay, assume that that's your shade. Minimum, you want to bring your post back 1 foot. So if you have 10 foot of shade, your post placement away on the projection is going to be 9 foot. So let's take a look a little bit closer at what I mean of shade versus actual post placement. We were talking about, for an example, a 10-foot projection. If you look up, the 10 foot is the actual shade portion. But if you notice, the header beam is sitting back a minimum of 1 foot. Now this has a variable because you can go back 18 inches, maybe 2 foot of overhang. Every house has a different application and people want a little bit more overhang or a little bit less overhang. It's all up to you when you go to build your patio cover. So the second measurement we're looking for is your length. That means from side to side, okay? It does not matter if you're trying to cover the whole house from side to side, or if you're just trying to cover a section, maybe just for a little coffee and tea area, entertainment. The measurements can fall anywhere you want to cover that area, okay? So what you're going to do is, you're going to put your tape measure down of how much you want to cover. Maybe there's a nice little window right here that you want to cover. You're going to put your tape measure down, go all the way down to the area that you think that you want to cover to the left or right. Look at that number. We're going to say it's 20, okay? So if it's 20 from side to side, we're going to go back over your post placement, okay? So we've hit on projection, which is 10. The side to side is 20. You have a 1 foot back to the beam on that 10-foot projection. The same rule is going to apply if you have a 20-foot beam. Your outside post is going to come over a foot on one side and another foot on the other side, and depending on how we quote you, we're going to tell you how many posts are going to go in between. But that gives you your overall shade portion, and knowing that the inside measurement where your posts go is one of the biggest things that gets looked over. So hopefully this kind of clarifies things. The last thing we're going to hit on is your height. So that'll be in the next video. So the last thing we're going to go over is we've hit on total shade, which is your projection coming outward away from the wall, the length from side to side, and lastly what we need is the height, okay? We're going to use this wall as a little representation of finding our height. So you're going to put from ground level, and this is the simplest measurement to kind of get. We're going to get from ground level, and we're going to run this tape measure up to figure out what our height is going to be. Now you don't have to go all the way to 10 foot. Let's say 9 foot is nice and comfortable. So you would measure that out, you would tell us what that measurement is, and if you're getting a solid cover, okay, the solid cover needs to slope a little bit. So if it's a 9-foot attachment on the house, the height where the header beam is going to be a little bit lower for our solid covers. If you tell us 9 foot for the lattice covers, lattice are built parallel generally. Some people decide to slope it, but they're generally built parallel. So if you tell us 9 at the attachment point, that means over here, the height of the post needs to be 9. So I hope all these measurements and the things that we've gone over today are helpful tools in you figuring out your project, and we really look forward to hearing from you. Thank you for visiting Patio Kits Direct.